And if they're alive, then they're married already. So yeah, they're either married or in the graveyard.
I'm 38. I look good, right? Meaning that the men in the dating pool, they're not attracting the type of men that they're looking for because men are not looking for anything serious.
You're a woman that wants to marry. Don't buy a house when you're not married. Don't buy cars. Don't buy properties. Don't live alone because you become like a man.
You want me to pay all these things as if I'm to take care of you. And so it's a very confusing dating dynamic. And there are men out there who are just like, I want nothing to do with it.
I actually have an answer for this. So, where are we supposed to meet nice guys, and do they actually exist? They do, and I'll tell you where they exist. They're in the graveyard. The good men are sadly no longer with us. No, for real. Because we see on the tombstones, he was a good man. He was a good father. He was a good husband. He was a good uncle. He was a good everything. But he's no longer here, babes. He's gone. So we're left with the ones that are alive. And if they're alive, then they're married already. So yeah, they're either married or in the graveyard.
The wild thing with this, they're in the graveyard. Yeah, some good men have passed, but still, be accountable. You know why men are leaving. Well, actually, I don't think you really do, because you were fed that lie. Feminism has spoon-fed you, ladies. Oh, you're a 10. You look good. You'll get the man you want. You're independent. You're struggling. And men are looking other places. Seriously, men are leaving the country. Some are staying. When they're staying, they're not dealing with you. That's what's happening. The date market drove guys away. Why is a guy going to deal with a lady who won't appreciate him? Who will say, I won't cook anything for you unless you're marrying me? How do I know if I'm going to marry you? It's crazy.
I recently did a live where I looked at where all the men have gone, right? And this was in response to a question that I saw really on TikTok, where I came across this whole side of TikTok where women were basically complaining about the fact that they had a very hard time finding men to connect with, men that might actually be, potential boyfriends and then eventual husbands, whatever. Like, they're just not connecting with real men. And so, after having conversations and really having had the opportunity to talk with countless men, some who are married, some who are single by choice, I have to say there are a few things that I have noticed, especially now with today's dating market. One, there are men who are just checked out, completely checked out of the dating market. Different reasons for this. Some believe that they're just not really going to be getting a good deal. I think today's dating market is highly confusing because you have on one end a lot of women who want to be independent, who really want to be, have their own agency, make their own decisions, do their own thing, and really live a modern way. But then at the same time, many of those same women still demand traditional roles from men, as in men wanting men to pay for them, wanting men to take them out on dates and foot all of the bill, preferring men to do all those different things, romance them as if they were a more traditional housewife, type. And so you have men who just feel like it's just confusing. It's confusing to know how to approach.
It is.
On one end you want to be equal, but then in another end you want me to cater to you like you're not equal. You want me to pay all these things as if I'm to take care of you. And so it's a very confusing dating dynamic. And there are men out there who are just like, I want nothing to do with it. And so there's that. You have other men who are just grabbing their passports.
Yeah.
Like, they want
Whoa. Right there. A lot of men who are grabbing their passports. Now, this is what I got to say today. A lot. Like, I look at a lot of vloggers. Most of those guys travel outside of the country. Think about it. Almost every man, if he travels outside of the country, he's kind of like a passport bro, right? Because he travels out. He's going to deal with a woman outside of the country if he's not married. So he may feel the same way as most guys do. I definitely see it all the time with vloggers. They vlog about the nonsense going on in the West, and a lot of them are not dating in the West. So what are they doing? They're bringing their boy to other courts.
A woman who is maybe from coming from a culture from very early on, they are taught to be wives, or taught to value being a wife, they're taught to value
Yes.
family, and it's just harder to come across that,
Mm-hmm.
in America. And then you have, like I said, other guys also who feel like just engaging in a relationship with a woman today.
That's the thing. I gotta elaborate on that. When she said guys feel that they will do those things that modern women aren't doing. And that's what I was looking for. Seriously, that's what a lot of you guys are looking for. I I feel like I was lucky. I was. The time when I left and what I found and the time in history when I left. I left 10 years ago. So that gave me a lot of time before things go crazy. And I'm happy. I was able to find a home. I found a place I want to be at when things are go awry, right? When people are running around like chickens with their heads cut off. I definitely want to have a country that understands struggle.
With a modern woman is akin to chaos in that they would prefer to go to the gym. They prefer to go to the gym, maybe play video games, work out, work. You know what I mean? They keep like a pretty small circle, and again, they've also disengaged because they see relationships as connected to chaos, and so these are a few things that I've had a chance to just overhear from men who are just for whatever reason not in the dating market. And then there's also men out there who would like to be in the dating market but are fully aware that they just don't have the money that they think
That too.
necessary
Yeah.
to be able to offer what women would like. I mean, I've talked to men in college who are pursuing
And
higher.
I feel bad about that. The guys who don't make enough money, I'll let you know right now. I can teach you how to make thousands. Like with what I teach, you can make over 100,000 a year, and I only charge $100. I'm telling you, I speak with guys and I tell them, look, I'm giving you all of this for only this much, and they go, wow, they can't believe it. You got all these women going to school, getting 2, 3 degrees, and then coming to a basic job, making minimum wage. I didn't go to college, and I know how to do this. I can make lawyer money without being a lawyer, without going to school for it. I can make doctor money without having the degree. Men are winning. Ladies, I need to find out, boy. I need to find out.
Education who are seem like good, healthy, attractive men. They're on a good career trajectory, but they are fully aware that women, even in their age, are wanting them to provide some form of financial stability or take them on these nice lavish dates, and they just don't have it because they're in college. I mean, again, these are things that I have heard. And of course, this isn't every situation, everything, but these are just common reoccurring things. I will say, as a woman, I definitely challenge ladies today to really think about the expectations they themselves have held on
Mhm.
to with respect to dating and relationships, because there are so many different messages that have been promoted to us over the years, particularly black women, that I think just really are not healthy and really don't lead to the long lasting results that we want. And also, I think one major thing that can be a big hindrance and can be really unhelpful for people, ladies, finding good, genuine love is putting these really unrealistic financial and unrealistic social standards on men. And what I mean is, if you believe, okay, this man has to be making at least six figures, or he has to have this particular degree, or this, and that may not actually be what you need, because many ladies, some ladies who have these standards may actually be the same woman who say, oh, they want a God-fearing man. And what if God sends you a God-fearing man? Maybe he's not making six figures. Maybe he's making five figures right now. Maybe he'll make six figures later on. You right? Maybe he has a vision. Maybe he has a plan that'll bring him to that point. But for today, maybe he's not there. But he may be exactly what you need. But I think sometimes there can be these unrealistic standards or these expectations of what we think we need to be in a really happy, satisfying relationship. And it has nothing to do with what God really has for us. So, especially if you're a woman who says you want a God-fearing man, I would highly recommend you actually ask God what he has for you and what he
Yeah.
wants, because you might be surprised to find that his list is different than your list. And even if it looks different, it'll be better than what you could have come up on your own. But a lot of these standards and a lot of these things that some ladies are holding on to actually could be keeping them from their husband. And then, like I said, if you have men out there who've gotten to the point where they simply feel like they're being treated like an ATM, or that they're just on a rotation, or that they're just continuing getting women who are quote unquote dinner whores, right? Like women who are just trying to find guys to take them out on dates or pay for their, pay for them because they don't have the money to take themselves on nice restaurants themselves. Like, so those guys are going to check out. So, yeah, I just think there's something really valuable as women about just allowing God to tell you actually who you need to be, and then allowing him to take you on that journey to being that woman. And I think more women who are willing to embrace that and go on that journey may actually find it easier for them to connect with the men, or really the man that has been for them, because all you need is one. Really, that's all you need.
Finally, somebody
Yep, you're right, but they can't because they believe the lie Satan told them. This is Shez Sade, if you guys don't know her, but she's a YouTuber. She does everything, but they believe that lie. Think about it. I always go back to that because it's true. Sin came into the world from the most slickest slick talker of all time, and he made her eat the apple, and she brought it to him, and from then, yeah, of course she followed after, but these ladies are being led by the evil one. I'll tell you, feminism actually was created from Satanism. That was a part of their plan. They had a 10-step plan to take God out of the schools. Now they're trying to bring it back in, and it's a disguise. It's not good. The U.S. is doing it now. I don't want to talk too deep about that. I'll talk about that in later videos. But also, what they're doing, their plan was to take God out of the schools. It was to have everything in disarray. And also, the plan was to make pit women against men, right? And all of their plans that they planned was successful. Every single plan, every single step. All they have to do now is whatever plan they have now, but still, everything they wanted to accomplish, they've accomplished. And they tell you about their plans before they do them. You guys know about that when you see in the music industry how they'll show you something, and then like when you see it on The Simpsons, you see something, you go, wait a minute, I saw that on The Simpsons. How did it happen? That's how they work. They show it to you, and then they do it. It's deep. It's deeper than you guys think. What's going on with modern women nowadays? It's deep.
Why I am single at the age of 38.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you something. We don't care.
Hey y'all. Yes, your girl is 38 and fine as hell.
剩女, which means leftover women.
And yes, I am single. So I recently had a customer and we started chatting, about life. He was like, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking? And I'm like, I'm 38. I look good, right? He was like, yeah, you look great. And he was like, I'm not trying to come at you or whatever, because I am married. And he was. But he was like, why are you not married? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't know. Ask God. I wonder that all the time myself. Why am I not married? Why I don't have children? And I told him, like, I give people chances, but the niggas I give chances, they real bad. And I'm not crazy. I know I'm not crazy. I'm a very, very loving woman. I work hard. I'm not necessarily I'm not bougie. I know I'm not bougie. But I work really hard. I'm a great person. Like, I bring a lot to the table.
Like what?
He was like, freeze your eggs. And I'm like, I wish I can do that, but I know you need,
Have none left.
honestly, a lot of money to do that, and I don't have that
Freeze
like
your
that yet. You feel me? Yet. I can't just go and freeze my
You don't have
eggs.
that
I
many
don't have
eggs.
a lot of discretionary income to play with right now.
You don't have a lot of eggs.
Life is expensive. So he was just like, man, like, I wish I had somebody for you because, like, you're beautiful. Like, oh, you deserve marriage. Marriage is great. He was telling me how blessed he was to be married. Like, he's so glad that he's married. He loves kids. His wife is on his 3rd kid, and she's 40. The woman don't look 40. Like, don't crack. But I'm like, yeah, you know, I would love to be married. I wonder all the time, you know, when, you know, my time will come. When will God bless me? But I know it's going to happen at the right time with the right person. So for my girlies who are 35 and up, I'm going to say 35 and up.
Over 27, unmarried, female. What do you call this lady? In China, if women who remain unmarried in their late 20s and 30s, we call them 剩女, which means leftover women.
You are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. Stay in good health. Stay in good health. Keep your mind right. Keep your body right. And be open to love. I'm picky. Now I am picky.
Shit.
And it's okay to be picky because I'm just not letting any man in my space. I'm not. Just because you like me, I'm supposed to like you back.
I wonder you stayed single.
No. But be open to love at the right time. Okay, bye. Happy Friday.
You know what's sad is all of them think they have so many choices because for years they've had so many choices, but that pandemic was different. It actually closed off the world and it opened up the world because what it did was it allowed people time to sit home and pay attention. People had to pay attention to everything. People focused on their hustle. You know, people started YouTube channels, became popular, and people were watching. And what it did was it showed men, you know, like I was doing it as well myself, but a lot of men have learned I don't need to accept. You see how she's sitting there? Oh, it happened. I don't want just any man. So you're the same woman. You're 38, barely have eggs. The guy's telling you to freeze your eggs when you don't have any. Like, huh? You need to go check because you're gonna go check and go, I'm out of time. It's gonna be a real depressing state when you check. I think you should. Because no man wants to put a baby in you. Like, look what's going on with Leonardo DiCaprio right now. He's dating younger women. Why? The mind's not corrupted, and he doesn't want someone like her.
My other video, like, why does he see more women make videos about like how single life is such a struggle and it's hard for them, and he doesn't see a lot of men making those types of videos? And in my opinion, there are more women looking to settle down, looking for something serious, and I feel like the majority of men are not looking for those type of things, which is why there's an imbalance in the dating pool. We have all these women like, I want my husband, I want to get married, I want to be a mom, I want to, you know, lock it down. And then the men in the pool are like, nah, I'm not trying to do that. Like, I'm still trying to be outside. I want to date multiple people, or they're just looking to hook up. They want to have a situationship. So it's no balance. So you see a lot of women complaining that the men in the dating pool, they're not attracting the type of men that they're looking for because men are not looking for anything serious. That's just my opinion. And with that, because guys aren't looking for anything serious, they have tons of options. So why? I'm not looking for anything serious. You are. I'm not going to change my ways to settle down with you when there's all these other women that I could pick from. So you're not seeing a lot of men complain about being single or dating sucks for them because they're actually having a good time being single because they're not looking to settle down. Most of them aren't, in my opinion. I could be wrong. Y'all let me know. Why do you think men are having more success in being single and dating than women are?
It's not all men having that success. I wish someone would turn on YouTube and watch what men are saying. They see us as male chauvinists when all we're doing is spitting facts and telling the truth, right? I'll let you guys know, right? When I was in the States, I was one of the 20% of guys. I'm not tall. Didn't make six figures when I was in the States, but I got the gift to gab like a mother. I talk about the panties and my confidence. Woo, my confidence. And you see me in person, the way I am, the way I walk, the way I move, you're like, man, that guy, he's a monster. Seriously, I come in a room, you feel me. And women feel that too, that your presence works. So that put me in that 20 percentile of men that was getting women. So they don't realize they only go for what they want, for what they like. Not every guy is outgoing like that. A lot of men struggle. So a lot of men are not going to approach. Also, how can they approach nowadays with what they hear? Why would they embarrass themselves? I understand. I used to look at it like even in the past couple of videos, not past couple videos, even like a couple of months ago, I said, or I think a month ago, I said, I showed a video of a guy talking to girls on the street. And I said, guys should try this. But that guy was 6 feet. Didn't mind rejection. I'm not 6 feet, but I don't mind rejection. Plus, I'm married. I'm not talking about I'm going to do it. I'm just making a point here. Now, you got to understand, you're not going to give a lot of guys the chance. Look at the last woman. She said, oh, yeah, I'm still not going to date something that's not for me, that's broke. Crazy.
Like decentering men and centering self journey is that it makes people so uncomfortable when you have nothing going on romantically. How many conversations have I had with somebody where it starts off with, oh, like, who are you dating? What's going on? And as soon as I say nobody, it's almost like their brain short circuits and they're like,
how old are you?
Okay, but surely you're still talking to, there's somebody. And when I say, nope, there's nobody in my phone, like, nah. Their reaction is so strange. It's like, not only do they not believe me, but you can see them get uncomfortable and almost like look inward for a split second if you pay attention. And then they quickly try to reject the idea that you can like exist without talking to anybody romantically. And the seconds after you say that, the conversation, for me at least, has always been weird because it's almost like they project this pity onto you where it's like, oh, you poor thing, like things will get better. I don't think it gets any better than this. Keep your pity.
Man, she's lost. And they do this, center men. You're decentering men. I saw another girl in my last video. She was pretty with makeup on, like always, right? And she's been decentering men for 6 years. So she did it from, I believe, 25 to 31. And I'm like, but you said you have no kids. Maybe you should work on yourself. Get that tattoo removed on your arm. I'm looking at her and I'm breaking her down. And I'm like, you never had a man like, that's why Kevin Samuels was needed. A lot of these ladies need, what do you call it? A style coach. Tell them where they're wrong at. Her problem was she was too smart for her own good. Because she, like, if I'm in a date market, she'll be talking a certain way and I'll be looking and analyzing her and thinking, I can't be with her. Why? Because she's too smart for her own good. Straight up. Just like this woman. She's actually not smart at all. The smart thing to do would be say, yeah, I'm talking. I'm not talking to anyone, but, if someone comes across, I'll talk to them. Something to make you not seem like you're lying because guys are not going to believe you. Use your brain. Common sense. No guy's going to believe you. Think like that. No guy's going to believe me. Let me say something where he's going to understand me more. And I can say, yes, but I'm not talking to anyone right now. I do want to talk to someone. I would like for it to be you. I only choose to talk to one guy at a time. Something like that. Explain yourself. No, I'm not talking to one. And that's it. Come on now.
Without your makeup, weave, and wig, that means that he broke and he can't afford your upkeep.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if y'all seen the podcast with the lady who said that, but I just finished watching it. And y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all just be making up stuff, right? A lot of y'all, you do not feel comfortable with no makeup, with no weave, with no wig. And you just gotta admit that to yourself. You are not the bad bee that you parade around to be in your natural state. You're not. You know you're not, right? That's why whenever you make videos talking about how bad you are and how pretty you are, it's always when you made up. It ain't never in your natural state. You don't never make them videos with your natural hair. You don't never make them videos with no makeup. You know why? Because in your heart, you don't feel that way, right? This ain't nothing but a coping mechanism, right? You trying to put it back on men when the truth is the issue is with you. Because if you knew you look good with no makeup and no weave, it would be nothing for you to pop up on the FaceTime or whatever without it. But when you know you don't, you got to start making up reasons on why not to do it, right? It ain't no different than nothing else. When somebody don't want to do something, they can make up all kind of lies and excuses as to why it don't make sense to do it. But the truth of the matter is, you don't want to do it because you know that you don't really like the way you look when you don't have it on. Like, y'all skipping completely over the fact that maybe they just want to see you in your natural state because that's what you're going to look like most of the time. So they want to make sure they're actually attracted to what you naturally look like, since you're going to be looking that way more than you are made up. Or could it be maybe they want to know what their kids would look like if they had them with you? All right, y'all act like somebody be wanting to wake up to surprises. It ain't no different than dudes who be out here hat fishing. Don't nobody want to wake up and he got that hat off and his old big nasty head underneath there. Same way he ain't trying to wake up and old booger wolf laying next to him when it was a baddie at the club that he pulled, right? Y'all be doing too much. To wrap this up, whatever you choose to do, whether it's lashes, wigs, weave, makeup, enhancements to make yourself look better, those are your expenses. And you can't ever forget that there's women who naturally look good. And they don't need nobody to pay an expense to make them look good. That's just something you have to do to compete with naturally pretty girls. But don't ever let that go over your head to make you believe that a man would want to take on an expense just so that you can look halfway decent when he could just go get a girl who already looks good naturally. Right? But trying to use his money, him not being able to afford upkeep as the reason why he want to see you naturally, let it go.
Yeah, because men are choosing to be solo to save money, and they're working harder at the same time. Men are doing the work finally. It's a great time in history. And what are men doing? Holding the line. Hold the line. Stay with me.
If you are a woman that want to marry, don't buy house when you are not married. Don't buy cars. Don't buy properties. Don't live alone because you become like a man. In my language, I said, "Akunesio bike." Money make your heart strong, so it fits for a wife again. Now you begin to have a power thought job with a man. Who do you think you are? Is it rent I can pay? Is it house I have bought? Even if I leave you, I can still live properly. Part of the South, those that are working, they are very arrogant because many of them are living alone. Stay with your parents. Is a man that should come and carry you, or live with your sister, live with family. When you come into a man's house, that's when you should start doing things. Many of your children now, they want to go and live freely now. They want to leave the house. They are tired. They are 19, they are 17. They are thinking you are caging them. Oh, them. If you go to the hostels now, all these schools is now a prostitute quarter. All those students that say they want to stay in school, 80% are prostitute now. Old men used to come and carry them. Some of them don't go to the class anymore. What your 19 years girl have done, you'll be shocked. They know where you don't know. You that is mother, man that you'll be scared to sleep with, your daughter has slept with that man. It's even better now for your children to be going to school from your house. Do you know how cheap the prostitution is? Even 10 rand can carry your daughter. You are thinking she's a medical doctor. I found that I'm a prophet at 19, and that was when the devil was saying, get out of the house. If I would have left the house, I won't find myself today. These are dangerous times. From that age, it will control your next 20 years till you are 40. That's a kairos time.
Well, he's definitely telling the truth, but will they listen?
Not listening. Not listening.
Probably not.
The 50-50 conversation is being had again, and before we get too deep into the weeds, I want to start by saying I understand that 50-50 is more than just financial. But in this video, I'm only speaking strictly on the financial part. If that's what works for your relationship, that's fantastic. Splitting things in half, do you and whatever works for your relationship. I, however, am not splitting 50-50. I am perfectly happy spending my husband's money. I'm so serious. Like, I make my own money.
I don't believe you.
But if I don't have to spend it, I won't. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with him paying most of the bills. That's fine with me. I pay for my car note. And that's all I pay for. I don't care how that sounds to y'all or how that makes me look. Oh my God, she's depending on a man. Get on this app and worship trad wives.
Who makes more than your husband?
Like Nara Smith. But if normal people's husbands are paying their bills. Oh my God, how dare she? And at the end of the day, I know if for some reason our relationship was to come to an end, I could provide and support myself. I'm not worried about that. But shaming somebody because their husband is and wants to be the provider,
What's up?
You're projecting. I love my man down. He pays 95%
right
of the bills, and I'm okay with that. You can be self-righteous and say things like, I could never let a man pay for everything. I can. Without shame.
Yeah, well, I pay for everything for my wife, so I understand it. And she's doing a lot more. She's doing a lot for her husband, I'm sure. He's paying for everything. She's doing everything. So tell people that. But let's move on.
Gave my man all of my money. I got a check today, and I gave it all to him. Now, before y'all cuss me out in these comments, let me explain to you guys why I'm giving him my money. So me and my man, I'm about to tell y'all all my business, but I don't care because this might help somebody else because it helped me. Me and my husband both make 6 figures. He's more the high, I'm more the low. But we both make money. He got his degree in finance.
That's all she had to say.
I'm looking for a man in finance with trust fund. 6'5", blue eyes.
That's it. Her husband got her degree in finance. That reminds me of something. I'm looking for a man in finance, right?
Finance, trust fund. 6'5", blue eyes.
He knows what he's doing. She probably is not responsible with her money. He can take that money, flip it 10 times, 15 times, 20 times over. That's a smart thing to give me money.
I got my degree in fashion merchandising and marketing. Then I went back to school and studied supply chain. Had a few internships, and which landed me in the supply chain procurement world. My husband's a big saver, and I'm a big spender. Growing up, we did not get everything we wanted. We got what we needed. So when I started getting money and being able to get the things that I want, baby, I spent it all up in a check and get it right back. Now, when I got my husband, when I got with my husband, he humbled me very quickly because even though we both are financially set, my husband is a saver, a big saver. Like less than $100,000 in the bank account is broke for him because he has goals and aspirations. So he's constantly wanting to be better than himself. So he saves his money. And when he met me, he realized that, hey, this girl likes to live on the wild side. She's great. She can financially take care of herself. She is doing everything she needs to do. But baby, I was not good at savings. And getting with my husband not only humbled me, but taught me that the true value of $1. Because I knew the value of $1, but when I started to get more dollars, I really didn't value it. You guys get what I'm saying? So me and my husband made this deal that in order for us to never be under $100,000 in our bank account individually and combine it together, that we were going to save all of our money. Since he is way above my salary, what we decided to do was all of my checks, I will put all of my checks into our savings. He'll take all the checks. Any money I make, we put it in a savings, and anything I need, he gives me, I would say like an allowance, but it's really not a cap limit. He gives me my personal credit card, which is unlimited, and that is my money that I spend however I want to spend it. I don't pay the bills. My main focus is making sure the kids eat good, my husband eats good, making sure my car has gas in it, things like that, little things like that. But so for me, giving my man all of my check was really hard because I am such an independent, dominant person. I'm like, you know what? I can do this. I'm an adult. I am mature enough to save my own money. But for me, I had to kind of take myself out of it and say, like, he wants to help me, right? So he's not taking my money and controlling my money. He's taking my money and putting it in a savings account. If I want to take my money out, I can simply take my money out. We use our credit cards because what we do to build our credit more is we are spending the money, paying the credit card off with the money we have in our savings. So anytime I spend money, I'm instantly paying it off, immediately paying it. I'm not spending more than the money that I have. And if I need my money, I know where to get my money at. Both our names is on that account. So it's not like he's taking the money and putting it in his savings account and I can't see it. No, we can both see it. Like it's there. If I ever need it, I can pull it back out. If I want it, I can get it. What we both agreed on was that since Angela likes to go on Amazon and spend her money however she wants, it's probably better that I save my checks. I know I see a lot of people have this negative stigma against, you know, like the man taking care of the finances or the man taking the money. But for me, I feel like it benefits us all because now we have double figures in our savings account. I probably would have never been able to save the amount of money that I did if it wasn't for my husband. If anything ever happens to me, I got my money saved up. Whatever happens if you guys divorce and I get my money back, then everything I saved is mine. So if he's a good man, Savannah, he's good with money, okay? Y'all both got money saved up and you guys both want to grow, then there's nothing wrong with giving your man your checks. Now, of course, this message is not for the shit ass, okay? This ain't for the no good for ass. It's not for them, okay? Throw the message out the door. This is only for if he's a good man, Savannah, okay?
No, I think it's smart. And I commend you for doing it because a lot of ladies, I'm sure even hearing you say what you're saying is thinking, I would never. That man would do this. I had in the past, this man did this, this, and that. And yes, that's the problem. Like you said, you had a horrible man. But yeah, guys, thank y'all for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Peace out. See you next video.